What's up guys, Kawasaki here, and this is going to be a little bit of a briefer video. Today I'm going to be covering, in my sense, a recap of PWG Bola Night 1. And currently it is January 8th, 2023. Tonight is Night 2. Unfortunately I will not be there, but I will try to keep up with the news on it. I was at Night 1, which was last night the 7th, and boy was it a fun event. So I'm gonna give a recap on the matches that happened last night, and in a sense this is more of my take on all the matches. If you want something more like this, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And if you like what you're watching, click on that like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you want to see more content, either Joshi and or wrestling related, link is in the description to my Discord down below, where we talk about like pretty much Joshi, wrestling, anything related to that sort of matter. So without further ado, let us begin. So this is my second PWG Battle of Los Angeles I've attended, where I was at the one last year when Garcia won. Again, I was there night 1. I couldn't make it night 2 due to things beyond my control, and I had to make my way back again this year. So with Bola this year, there were 2 people that got pulled from night 1. Mike Bailey is competing tonight. I believe there was like some booking issue of some sort, so he couldn't compete night 1, but he'll do all of his matches night 2. And Leo Rush got pulled from the tournament altogether because of the injuries he sustained over at Wrestle Kingdom. So they brought in Brian Keith to take on SP Kento. And we'll start off with the very beginning. So the first match was Masha Slamovich and Shelley. Shelley was pretty much the heel throughout the whole time, Masha Slamovich being the underdog face going into the match. It was a fun match. It was very interesting when it came to the chemistry, because Shelley and Masha have, in my sense, very, not necessarily like polar opposite styles, but they have different styles. Somehow it just meshed. Masha's pretty much on the ropes for a little more than half the match. Shelley dominated practically throughout the whole thing. Usually you don't see intergender matches that often in Bola, or let alone PWG as a whole. The last one was Candice LeRae. So Masha, Jordynne, Grace is a very, again, it's kind of crazy to think you'll have women in the Battle of Los Angeles tournament again after almost 10 years. Very back and forth. Right as Shelley's about to hit the Motor City stretch, I believe Masha rolled up Shelley for the win. I don't remember what the finish was off the top of my head, but I do have some footage of it. I'll post it in my Discord down below whenever I get the chance, because I got a lot of footage. But Masha Slamovich beats Shelley to advance onto round 2. And the next match was Brian Keith versus SP Kento. And I've heard of SP Kento. I'm not necessarily too familiar with Dragon Gate, I'm going to be 100% honest, which honestly I should try to get into this year. There's a lot of promotion I need to start watching or get back into. But SP Kento is one. And Brian Keith, I believe he's from what I've heard, Booker T's Federation, or Booker T's wrestling promotion. So if I'm being real, I had no knowledge on Brian Keith going into this. I had very little on SP Kento. Hard hitting, pretty fast, at least on SP Kento's end. And it was kind of crazy. Let's see if I remember the finish. I think the finish was like was it a frog? No. Oh god, I'm trying to remember the finish. I think I have the finish on my phone somewhere. Shun Skywalker, not Shun Skywalker. SP Kento almost won the whole thing, or he almost won the match against Brian Keith. Oh jeez. Okay, so going back to my footage. Oh, SP Kento almost won it with a sharpshooter. Yeah, okay, I remember now. It was really rough. Not necessarily like rough in a bad way, but like rough was like, it was pretty stiff. There was a lot of knife edge chops, slapping of the chest. Like you could hear the echoes of the chops all around the arena. Like it sounded nasty and it looked nasty. Brian Keith won, I believe, with the Tiger Driver. Tiger Driver 97. It looked pretty high angled, but rough. It was crazy. But Brian Keith did beat SP Kento to move on to round 2. And next match was Komander and Latigo. I honestly didn't know. I knew near to nothing about the two. I've seen maybe like one Komander match from Prestige's Halloween event. It's like Walk the Dead or Wake the Dead. Latigo, no knowledge, but I did a little, just again, very brief background check on the two just to see what I was getting myself into. This is one of, I would say, the 3 lucha matches that was on this card. I'm getting to those in a little bit. The high flying, a lot of acrobatics. I know Komander did like his walk the tightrope spots. Those are nuts. Like I remember, like one of the moments I saw, like he, like right in front of me, he did his walk the tightrope, and then he did the plancha out to the outside. Ooh, my god, that was sick. And then he tried to do the, oh yeah, and then I believe, again, I'm looking at my phone throughout this, like right now. So some of my commentary might be a little bit slower, but I'm just trying to recap because the one thing PWG has yet to do is at least have like a stream of some sort to look back on. They do things very old school where it's DVDs/tapes. But yeah. Oh yeah, that one spot. Okay. So Latigo tries to go for an apron spot, and Komander tries to go for a cutter on the apron. And then he does like the head scissors in a sense, but then he's about to slam, Latigo's about to slam him off. But then Komander counters, and I guess he's trying to do like that twisting arm drag off the apron to the outside. But either A, like he jumped a little bit too far and didn't catch his arm completely, or like he grabs his arm but then just slipped. But ew, that one was kind of nuts. But then Komander, for the finish, Komander walked tightrope to a shooting star, and then it was like roll up frenzy at the very end, and Komander beat Latigo to advance on to round 2. And next match was Jordynne Grace versus Jonathan Gresham. If I'm real, like I know the two. I watch, or I look at like news and results and all that. People watch like Impact, Ring of Honor, AEW, and all that. I'm not really too much of a avid viewer of those promotions, but so I knew a little bit. I know about the stuff about Jonathan Gresham, and my god, it was a mess. They were booing Jonathan Gresham crazy style. Same with like Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley was booed out because again he's playing the cocky pompous heel. I've seen Alex Shelley live three times last year. Bola, when he took on Lee Moriarty. When he took on Tom Lawler and Bandito at Prestige in Portland. And then Prestige when he took on Calvin Tankman. Those 2 times he was cheered. Just because he is their world champion. But getting back to the match. Jonathan Gresham, Jordynne Grace. It was a fun match. Very strong. Again, they're both kind of jacked for who they are. I'm trying to remember the finish. Oh, no. Jordynne Grace chokes out Jonathan Gresham to advance to round 2. That was that match. And then the next one was Aramis and Shun Skywalker. Lucha, and I think Shun Skywalker is Dragon Gate? Shun Skywalker is in Dragon Gate. Okay. Again, I'm not too familiar with Shun Skywalker. I'm gonna be real. It's like lucha, Japanese lucha. Shun Skywalker was a heel throughout like the whole match. Aramis was cheered and praised the whole time. I'm trying to remember the finish. I knew Shun won. trying to remember the finish. Oh, this sucks. I should have just did this last night when I was there, or before I went to sleep. But Shun Skywalker beats Aramis to advance to round 2. And next match after that was Michael Oku versus Konosuke Takeshita. I'll be real again. I knew nothing about Michael Oku. I knew like very little. Obviously, I know a lot about Konosuke. I've seen his matches in DDT. I've seen his matches, a couple matches in AEW. Seen him live. This is probably one of my favorite matches of the night. Like when it came to spots and just how they work. They made Michael Oku like the underdog going into this, and Konosuke was like the dominant man to beat Michael Oku. But Michael Oku put up a really good fight, and there were some points where I thought Michael Oku was gonna beat Konosuke. Elbows, forearms, clotheslines, going crazy with those. But Konosuke just hit harder. Dude was nuts. Like I have some of the clips, like from this match, and it was very back and forth. Michael Oku almost beat Konosuke with a single leg crab, but then in the very end, Konosuke. Oh no, that spot. Konosuke tried to go for like his running knee, but then Oku counters into the single leg crab, and that was the part where he almost won. But again, it just wasn't enough. So I give big props to Michael Oku in his performance. Like, I talked to him after. Like, he was really cool to talk to. Again, talked to Konosuke as well, I mean, for obvious reasons. I told him I'm going to go be seeing Shun and Mao, his Sana boys, in 2 weeks. Or actually, no, it's next week right now. But Konosuke beats Michael Oku to advance to round 2. And next is Daniel Garcia versus Titus Alexander. Daniel Garcia won the previous Bola. He beat Mike Bailey in the finals. And it got off to quite a crazy start. Like, not even when the match started, there was like this dude. He was getting real into it, especially when Daniel Garcia came in. Dallin. He almost got physical. Daniel Garcia kind of like shoved him away because he was getting a little close in his personal space, and Daniel Garcia kind of had to intervene. I think it was Rick Knox or Stefan. Was Stefan? Double checking right now. But that heckler I think he got kicked out of the building. But there's also another bit in throughout the match. Again, another heckler. This one didn't get kicked out because this person didn't get like too physical, or they didn't even get physical. It's just all more verbal, like fuck you, flipping off the bird and all that. The other guy like was getting real like in your face. But yeah, Daniel Garcia kicks a drink out of the person's hand and that shit goes flying. He even tweeted about it. Like I'll put the tweet like right here, but. Daniel Garcia, it was like that. This crowd was very 50-50. They wanted Titus to win, and they wanted Daniel Garcia to win. So again, very 50-50. Daniel Garcia being the jazz-hole he is, and all that. Like that gimmick went through. Sports entertainer. And Titus Alexander again, kind of being the underdog as he's trying to beat the reigning Bola winner. Daniel Garcia did all of his tactics as a jazz-hole, being PWG champion. I think the other memorable part in that match was Daniel Garcia was like throwing chairs into the ring. I tried to give him my chair, and he threw some other dude's chair. I'm like, damn it, like I could have give you my chair. That's whatever. Then he tried to sneak in with the belt, and sneaking the belt, tried to hit Titus Alexander with it, but the ref side the Eddie spot. And then Titus Alexander noticed, so he throws the belt on the Garcia, and Titus falls. And the ref turns around and is like, what the fuck is going on? Then the ref does the fucking Eddie spot for absolutely no reason. It was funny. Then Daniel Garcia hits Titus with the belt, so Titus wins via disqualification to move on to the second round of Bola. Daniel Garcia cut a promo saying, I didn't need to win Bola, I won it last year, but I am still your PWG champion. And like that spiel, and then he just leaves. So Titus Alexander moves on. And your main event, Bandito, Black Taurus, and El Hijo del Vikingo. This match is what you would call a demolition derby. Black Taurus, being the size that he is, doing the shit that, like, your small, average lucha guy would do. Like, it is nuts. Then you have Bandito on the other hand. Previous Bola winner, previous PWG, or former PWG champion. Again, I mean, I've seen a little more about Bandito. I've like caught glimpses of him in the past. Black Taurus I saw last year. He took on JD Drake. Black Taurus I saw him in his match against Sonico over at Prestige. So I know a little bit about Black Taurus. Bandito, more familiar with. Lost to Mike Bailey last year. I was there for that match. That match was great. He was at the Prestige shows, and I think he was at the PWG 19. I don't remember. That would be somewhere. But the one I'm most familiar with is Bandito. And then El Hijo del Vikingo, again, comes from AAA. I personally don't watch AAA, but I've seen clips, and this dude's fucking nuts for what he does. Like, it was a triple threat, and the winner was on. Obviously, it would have been two losers. Again, El Hijo del Vikingo doing the stuff that he does. He was doing his stuff all throughout the match. He did that top rope, that flip arm drag. He did that to Bandito and Elio. Oh yeah, he was doing those. There was this one spot. No, there was two moves that he did. Like, one of them was like, he was trying to go for like a total head scissors of some sort, but then he does like a fucking corkscrew and connects with it. Like, I was flipping my fucking shit. And then there was like that. He did the middle rope springboard 630 to the outside. Like, who comes up with stuff like this? Like, seriously. And then, like, he did the walk the tightrope to the double tiltable arm drag. There was that. Probably one of the scarier spots that he did was when Bandito does like that. It's not just like it's kind of like a Spanish fly, but like he grabs him like the body slam and then he does like the fall away. He did that off the top to the outside. Like, my God. Like, the whole crowd was on their feet the whole time. Oh, and one thing I will mention is that there was one spot where they set up a bunch of chairs. I heard it. Like, I heard what happened. Like, obviously I was there, but I didn't see it because it was on like one side of the ring, and it was like super hard to see. But I guess Elio tried to go for like a Hurricane Rana to Black Taurus on the outside, but Black Taurus caught him or some sort, and then Black Taurus powerbombs him, I guess, through the chairs. And Elio isn't moving like the rest of the match. And at the end, like, he was being like assisted, like carried out to the backstage. Hopefully Elio is okay. But getting back to the end of the match, Bandito pins Black Taurus, hits him with the 21 plex, and he hits him with another move. Just check. Oh no, he hits him with a tombstone. Jumping Undertaker crazy style. So Bandito beats Black Taurus and El Hijo del Vikingo to progress on to round 2 tonight. So it is Masha Slamovich, Brian Keith, Komander, Jordynne Grace, Shun Skywalker, Konosuke Takeshita, Titus Alexander, and Bandito. And Mike Bailey will be competing tonight. He'll be taking on one of those, I don't know which one, but Mike Bailey will be taking on someone for his first round match. So, for those that are there, enjoy. And God, I wish I was able to go up there tonight, but it's such a drive. It sells out so quick. But yeah, that's my recap of PWG Bola Night 1. If you want to see more of that, let me know in the comments down below. I'm still trying to finish on my match of the year for 2022. It's such a long list, and I really want to get in depth with these. So some of these I really want to like rewatch and see why it deserves its spot. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next video and or stream. Peace.